intro. Then we have our special guests. Finally, we have our certificates to agencies. Then we have our partnership appreciation, certificates to students, and finally our student internship presentations. So our program organizer was Mrs. Lee, and she is an active community organizer with the Chinese American community. Currently, she serves as the president for UCA-IL. Since 2019, she was invited to serve as a council committee member for the Cook County 4-H to promote positive youth development in Illinois. She's the founder and president of Cornerstone Education, which provides global education consulting services, fully accredited online high school programs, K-12 ESL learning teaching services, and international student management support to Chicago public and private schools.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm so excited for today. I've been waiting a little longer, I think, but we made it. And I would like to share a little bit about our program, even though most of you know this program very well. So United Chinese Americans, UCA, is a national nonprofit, nonpartisan federations and the community civic movement dedicated to enriching and empowering Chinese American communities through civic engagement, political participations, heritage sharing, and youth development. Established in January 2017, UCA Illinois chapter is the first and the largest chapter of UCA. Over the last 3 years, UCA Illinois has built trust while making significant impacts in our local communities. We conducted the famous UCA Jiaozi Festival, the youth mental health and parenting conferences, civic leadership forums, summer intern programs like this, and we created lasting partnership with various community organizations. Our event has been covered by local and national Chinese news media, as well as ABCs and NBC stations. In 2019, UC Illinois was awarded with a grant through Civic Leadership USA and successfully ran the summer intern program here in Illinois. This summer, we partner with the Chinese American Association of Greater Chicago, CAAGC. The program is also co-sponsored by Fenghua Academy, Reed Chinese School, Chicago 4-H International Club, and Cornerstone Education. Our interns were also very lucky to be part of the UCA Summer University Leadership Training Program this year. And to be honest, we had some concerns regarding reviving the program during the pandemic. But however, this year's talented and dedicated cohort of future leaders have shown us that with perseverance and the ingenuity and a commitment to serve, they can quickly adapt it and be successful in any environment. From speaking to the interns, I was constantly amazed by their pursuit of excellence through the rigorous learning experiences. So please allow me to all the interns. I'm so proud of you and thank you for your hard work. We've received many wonderful comments and feedbacks from our agencies, which I'm guessing they will share with us today. And like me, I hope you will enjoy the student intern presentations that they have prepared for today. There is nothing like the joy to watch our youth grow, to prepare themselves to serve the community, the society, and our nation that we all live and love. With that said, I would like to introduce my longtime friend, my partner for this internship program, the president from CAAGC, Ms. Jen Zhang.
Thank you, Ren, and good afternoon. Welcome to today's 2021 UCA-CAGC Summer Public Service Internship Program celebration. 2021 is the first year CAGC co-organizing the summer intern program with UCA Illinois. I want to thank UCA Illinois President Ran Lee for her hard work and efforts to make this happening, and to thank all the government agencies, interns, and the event co-organizers and co-sponsors to support this very meaningful program. The civic education is vital to our democracy society because it can prepare our young people to be informed and engaged as a member of our community. The Summer Public Service Intern Program is a great opportunity for our intern to gain the first-hand experience and to learn the principles such as fairness, justice, or lack of it. And this is an important pathway to civic engagement and political participation. CAGC is looking forward to work with UCA to provide civic education opportunities to give students a comprehensive working knowledge of our system of government, a commitment to service, and skills to think critically and take informed action about matters that are important in our community and society. Now it is my great honor to introduce today's special guest. Our first special guest of today is UCA President Haipei Xue. Haipei started UCA in 2016. Under Haipei's leadership, UCA led many civic engagement in local community across the nation and the spirit of serve, lead, and inspire. The newly introduced 2021 UCA Summer University is part of UCA's many important initiatives to train and prepare the Chinese Americans, especially the next generation, for full participation in American civic life. Without further ado, please welcome UCA President Haipei to say a few words.
Hey, thanks so much, Jan. So happy to be back in Chicago virtually again. Nothing is making me more happier than to see our younger generation or kids to move up, to have more experience in life and ready to face the real tough life ahead. And nothing getting me going every day, going on with my life actually without the UCA Illinois chapter as the leading chapter blazing the trail for us on every aspect of UCA's life. And then we are so grateful across the country for UCA Illinois chapter. And Ren, amazing job. I don't know how to say anything more. I'm just speechless on that. And I'm also very, very happy to see this seems to be the way out, that we should partner with other like-minded organizations who share our civic missions, like the one that Jen has amazingly led. She is somebody that we really want to work with in Chicago. I couldn't think about our job without working with her. So really public service and spirit of civic leadership, all of this are what UCA Youth Program is about. It is impossible to do without the dedicated and passionate volunteers led by, starting with our president, Ren, and then with our partner, Jen, and our senior leader, Nancy Chen. To be honest, I didn't know that, Nancy. You guys even got Nancy involved in this. I dare not do that, but anyway. And our two Chinese American schools, and I'm sure others too. Well, your labor of love pays off. So very grateful for all our partner organizations in different aspects and the levels of Illinois government. Your help ensures that there will be equal representation of Asian Americans, and especially our youth. And with your help, our next generation have a brighter future. The last, and of course, is most important, our 8 outstanding UCA summer universities, and I hope that we will continue that, both this internship program and the annual summer university, UCA University. Hope that we will doing a better job this coming summer. So congratulations, the 8 young, fantastic, beautiful young men and women. You are our hope. We really want to work with you and help you. And there are a lot of exciting things on the way. Thanks.
Thank you, Happy. Our next special guest is Naperville City Council Paul Liang. Paul served as a board member for Naperville School District 203 before he's elected to the City Council in 2021. Paul is also the first Chinese American elected as the Naperville City Council in past over 100 years. Congratulations to Paul. Paul himself is a great civic engagement example for all of us. We appreciate very much Paul's help for the summer internship program and looking forward to working with City of Naperville in the future. Please welcome Mr. Paul Liang.
Thanks for that great introduction, Jan. My name is Paul Liang, and I'm currently serving on the Naperville City Council. Prior to being elected to the council, I served on the Naperville District 203 School Board. In both instances, I was the first Chinese American to be elected to those positions. I'm very proud of that, but I'm also concerned that it took so long to accomplish. I'm also concerned that as I left the school board, where there were once 2 Chinese Americans, now today there are none. We need more members of our community to step up and lead. This responsibility falls squarely on your shoulders. And I'm so pleased to see our young people getting ready to change the world. Harvard says that Asians who apply to Harvard lack courage and likability when compared to their peers. Our community needs you to prove Harvard wrong, and I'm confident that you will do so. Running for office is in many ways a popularity contest, and it takes courage to put yourself out there so far outside of your comfort zone. We need you to try, and we need you to succeed. Huge thanks to UCA, CLUSA, CAAGC, Fenghua Academy, Ray Chinese School, Cornerstone Education, and Chicago 4-H for all of their efforts to inspire our young people. I look forward to working with you in the future. Congratulations to all the award winners.
Thank you, Paul. Next, it is my great honor to introduce Nancy Chen. Nancy has devoted her career to public service. Nancy's career reflected a rich history of public and community service in Illinois and Washington, D.C. She was the director of U.S. Senator Paul Simon's Chicago office and later served as the director of Asian American Outreach at the White House office for President Clinton. After Nancy returned to Chicago, she served as Midwest Regional Director of the Women's Bureau, U.S. Department of Labor. Nancy is also a member on the Illinois Council on Aging appointed by Governor J.B. Pritzker and the Commissioner of Naperville City Council. And also she is the Naperville City's Special Event Commissioner. We appreciate the great help we got from Nancy for the summer internship program. And welcome, Nancy, and please to say a few words for us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone, and thank you very much, Jen, for your kind introduction. And thank you so much for Rain's leadership in putting this whole program together. I know how difficult it is during the pandemic. And so when Jen and Rain came to me to say we need to have organization in Naperville to support us, I went to Naperville Settlement, a preeminent organization that a lot of the residents, of course, know about that, and I'll talk about Ginny later. But anyway, it is wonderful that I'm just so proud of you to have gotten this program in a very difficult time and with such a successful result. I wanted to say that internship is such an important experience for our young people. And, because this is most of the time, this is their first entry to the adult professional world. It could be their first experience interaction with a diverse workforce and diverse workplace. So not only that, and I'm sure that you have learned about the substance of the work in public service, but you have also learned how to conduct yourself in a professional manner with the staff and fellow interns. And I do truly believe that every young person should have an internship experience in whether it's a government or nonprofit organizations. I just wanted to tell you a little story about, as you have seen that on my bio, yes, I actually also had interns when I was running the Senator Paul Simon's office. And I've always told interns that there's no job that is too small or too beneath you. you do what you are asked by the staff, including running copies of something or even doing some errands. That's all part of the job. It isn't as glamorous as you think that would be. And so here is my son, who was accepted as an intern, as a high school intern at the Chicago Board of Trade. And he was actually working and probably had interaction with the president of the Chicago Board of Trade. And one day he came home and very, very indignant about it. He said, "Can you imagine the president want us to carry his briefcase?" And he said, "Why can't he carry his own briefcase?" And so that's his first lesson about that there's no job that is too small. In fact, I'm sure a lot of kids are smarter would say, "We're dying to carry the briefcase for the president." But anyway, that's just one of the story. I wanted to especially thank Jean Angels of Native Settlement, and I know that she's here with us. When we came to her and to talk about whether it's possible for Naperville settlement to host the 2 interns, local Naperville young people, and they didn't have a particular internship program at that time, but Jean came, really basically designed the program for both Vivian and Jake in such a short notice, and I really appreciate it. And I think it turned out to be a wonderful partnership that I understand not only our students gain some very valuable experiences, but I heard from Jean, I heard from Donna that they are very happy, and looks like this is going to be a long-term partnership. So I'm really happy. And Jean, your name, Angels, you are an angel to us, and I really appreciate it. So congratulations to all the interns, and thank you for all the internship partners that are providing these opportunities for our students. And I'm particularly pleased that the president of UCA, Hai-Pei Shu, is here. Just shows how important this program is. And we have our Naperville City Council newest member, Paul Liang, here. So I think this program is really gotten off to a wonderful start, and I certainly look forward to, having more of such wonderful programs in the years to come. And I look forward to listening to everyone's presentation today. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Next, it is my great honor to introduce our next special guest, Dr. Holton. Dr. Holton is a lifetime educator. He is a visiting research professor at UIC Medical School and also the director of the strategic initiatives for the Jane Addams Center for Special Policy and Research. He has served as a director of Illinois Department of Aging since 2011. And he is also a senior board member of UCA Illinois. Please welcome Dr. Holton.
Thank you so much. It's certainly a signature moment for me to be a participant in today's event. It's as difficult as it is to follow Nancy Chin because of her legendary stature in not only Illinois, but across this country. I'm delighted to congratulate all of you for your internships during the summer. In trying to think what to say to you today, I want to cover just one issue. And that issue is, does democracy matter? And if it does, how does it matter? It's going to be, I think, the most important question facing this country and therefore all of us in the coming decades. And you will be positioned to answer that question. How does democracy matter? Are the assumptions that we have established that the governed should elect representatives of their voices? Does that model continue to be effective and efficient for governance, given all the challenges that we face as a society, from global warming and climate change to any number of social and political challenges that we have. What you will do over the coming years, I believe, is going to answer that question. And I think you're going to answer it differently than the people who came to Washington on that infamous day in January 6th of this year. I think you'll answer it with purpose, with understanding, with clarity, with intelligence, with passion, all of those ingredients that typify what it means to serve, lead, and inspire. So I am delighted to meet all of you. I look forward to hearing what you have to say about your internship, and I wish you all the best in the coming years. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Holton. Now, the last but not the least special guest of today, I'm very pleased to introduce Chin Bai, Director of the Administration and Education Civic Leadership Academy. Both an MD and Master in Human Genetics. Chin has 16 years of experience working in nonprofit organizations, foundations, leading and oversee different departments and programs focusing in education and civic leadership development. She is also has very strong interest, experience in education, youth development, and community service and social justice. Please welcome Chin.
Thank you, Jen. Can everyone hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm so honored to be invited to join this graduation ceremony online. And congratulations to everyone. I met Rain, Lily, and Haipei, many leaders since 2019. So it has been already 3 years. We keep very close communication with one another, even before the program designed and during the program implementation. I am so impressed by UCA Illinois chapter, your great work, spearheading and building the foundation and support young leaders to move forward and make contributions and positive change to our society. So I already changed my background. This is our national showcase and award ceremony. I already confirmed with Rain to showcase your program at our events. So the audience and API nonprofit organizations, leaders, they can, you can be their role models in showing people how, you do this program. Is really a pioneer for everyone. So I'm also looking forward to hear from the students' presentation, and congratulations again. Thank you.
Now we will transition to our agency and organizations awards. These will be given by Mrs. Runley.
Thank you, Jessica, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jen, and thank you for all the special guests. I couldn't say thank you enough, actually. I believe all of us, including our interns, have already learned a lot from your speech, your stories, and inspiring us, move on, continue to carry on, what we have on our shoulder as Asian Americans. As a community, we should work together for our youth. And right now, I think it's a moment to see my, our, great gratitude for all the agencies who host our students. And thank you for working all the way. Like I shared before, this year is a kind of milestone. And we really appreciate actually what you have done. Most of the agencies originally can only host the college students, but we do have Jake actually today in our internship, but most of our interns this year actually are high schools. And I work especially with CMS, with Mara, kind of telling them how important this means to our, high school youth, as well as our college students. And I'm so grateful all the, host agencies willing to work with us. And the first one, we want to give our Community Outreach Award to Illinois Central Management Services, to Mara, who is representing the CMS today. So Mara is, yes, go ahead, Mara, you take my, mic here from here.
No, thank you very much. We're very honored. It was great to work with you. I'm really glad that we were able to help connect you with other agencies and provide these opportunities and open the doors for potential future opportunities for internships for students within this program. I think that what the program does is fabulous. It's a win-win for everybody. The students win, the interns win, the agencies win, and the program is able to provide and enrich the participants' experience. So I'm very happy that we were able to be a part of this. I'm glad that we were able to connect and that we were able to facilitate your connection with other agencies. And even for the agencies that were not unfortunately able to make the exceptions for the age bracket because of legal parameters associated with those agencies, they now have an awareness of this program, so that should this program have students that fall within that, now we have a pathway for those students to be involved with those agencies in the future. So even where we were not able to provide those internships this time, we've opened the door and we've paved the path for that opportunity to take place in the future. So thank you very much. This was a wonderful experience. We had a wonderful experience with our intern. Zach was great. He's a bright and promising student. I can't wait to see all the successes and all the accomplishments that he will be able to share with all of us in the future. So thank you, Ren, for this opportunity, and I look forward to continuing to collaborating with you and other opportunities to bring other programs into a partnership in the future.
Thank you, Mara. And also, I forgot to mention, you invited me to actually the CMS, kind of a recruitment kind of panelist discussion on how to recruit more from the Asian community. That means a lot. As a community member, that means a lot, because now I know government actually would love to have our Asian communities, to join the force. So that's a part I pass on to our next generation and our community as well. We're definitely looking forward to work with you for years. Okay, this is the beginning. I'm looking forward many come. So next award will goes to the Community Outreach Award to Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations. So Tammy, are you here? I didn't see Tammy.
Oh, she's here. I just added her as a co-host, so she should be able to log on now. Okay.
And Tammy and Taylor, I think they are amazing. I kind of, know them through Mara's, connection. And it's kind of late this year. Like I said, we are struggling whether should we host it or not this year. So we kind of, got connected with them pretty late. And then, with the high school, students' age and everything. But they work very hard at their end to make this internship happen. So Tammy, I really, really appreciate your help. Would you like to say something?
Yes, absolutely. First, we just like to thank you, Ren, for all of your assistance. We're extremely grateful for the opportunity to host Jessica through the intern program this year. Jessica is driven, very hardworking, and we certainly see all of those leadership characteristics that we were hoping for in an intern. We hope that we were able to provide her with a meaningful experience and that we piqued her interest in public service as she prepares for college and begins to think about her future career path. And we really understand the importance of reaching students early So we're hoping that she'll share her experience with others, and others will be interested in interning and possibly working for a state government in the future. You know, we really understand the importance of partnerships with organizations like UCA and how necessary they are to continue to diversify our workforce and the workforce of state government and other local government, and look forward to future collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. Actually, you know, you probably just joined us. You didn't see Jessica actually is a host, is an MC for today's presentation. I don't know her before, but through this intern, through your feedback, I know how, you know, wonderful this girl is, and I wish her the best. So I really appreciate it, you know, all the way that you provided your coaches, your mentors to her.
Thank you.
Okay, so our next community outreach award is to Naperville Settlement. Like Nancy has introduced a little, you know, when she does the speech, I think Naperville Settlement has been tremendously helping us, you know, just quickly design this volunteer opportunities for Jake and Vivian. They both have a huge, I think, impact upon how they think about the, you know, the institutional kind of you know, job. And I think Vivian and Jake both in their reviews, or you will listen in the future, how they really benefit from this program. So Jane, would you like to share your experience with us?
Yes, thank you so much, Ren. I really appreciate this opportunity. And thank you so much, Nancy, for connecting us. Not everybody automatically thinks museums with internships, but we were so pleased to get that opportunity. When Donna and I got the invitation to do this, we thought, oh, absolutely, yes. It was about 4 years ago that Naperville Settlement began an Asian collecting initiative, and out of that produced exhibits and programs around a really significant part of Naperville's history and Naperville's community. And so this all fed into why it was so important for us to do this and why we should continue to do it. So we were so grateful and pleased to be thought of. You know, there's a lot that goes on in museums and in the museum world that actually students can learn quite a bit from. And our students and their projects, we were so incredibly pleased. And congratulations to all the students, actually. But with museum work, you might think it's just about the artifacts or the exhibits or the educational programs. But you know, there's marketing in museums. There's you know, there's program development. There's everything that makes an organization run is what makes a museum run as well. So there's a lot of experience that can be drawn in that setting, nonprofit experience, public access experience. And we were just so pleased to be able to do this. And we're so excited about the future as well. So I want to encourage students to think about nonprofits, think about organizations as a way to get involved with their communities, even beyond internships. There's all types of ways that organizations can reach community members and build community in a town or in a city. So thank you so much. We were just so pleased to be involved and invited, and we hope we were asked again. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jen. Oh, definitely. I'm even thinking about to talk with you very soon. We shouldn't wait until the summer, right? You know, Naperville have a large Asian, you know, popularity, right? So I'm hoping we could have some of, you know, kids even during the school year would like to, you know, intern.
We would absolutely love it. We've got projects that would definitely apply throughout the year.
I'm so happy about that. Thank you, Jen, and thank you, Nancy, again. And we will definitely keep in touch. Okay. Okay. So would you? Okay. So our next, you know, awards is going to the Cook County Treasurer Office, and this one I have to specially thank the International 4-H Club. Actually helped me to get this connection with the Treasurer Office, and they have so many positive actually feedbacks about our students who work there, Eric and Luis. And Louis' mom actually is invited today. She will give her testimony later, but they couldn't send a representative today. But I would like to really say thank you for their office to host us. And guess what? I already got invitation from them to asking for interns for the school year as well. Isn't that excited? So anyone who are in the meeting today, if you are interested, your kids are interested in working with the treasurer office, contact me. This is a amazing part of this program, and I hope they expand it. We just don't stop here. Like I share with Jen, we don't stop here. We expand it, we roll over, we provide more chances, for the agencies and also for our kids. Okay, next one, please. Oh, yeah. So next one, this is given to the Asian American Caucus, and it's a community award as well. And they are, I think, some elected officials who get together, trying to do more community outreach as well. So yeah, Jessica, would you like to show the next slides? So yes, you will know who is on the board. And Julie cannot be here today, but she definitely wrote her speech specially. So Jessica, would you please help to read it?
The Asian American Caucus advocates, respects, resources, and representation for Asian Americans in Illinois. We convene, connect, and support Illinois' diverse Asian American communities to develop strategies and identify opportunities for growth and advancement. We provide a unified voice and platform to educate the public on Asian American identities and issues. We work in coalition with African American, Latino, and other communities to advance fairness, justice, and equity for all. On behalf of the Asian American Caucus, I'd like to recognize and thank Anna Sia in her hard work this summer. Anna assisted us in collecting data for our Asian American Voter Data Project by conducting door-to-door canvassing in the North Suburban area. This was not easy work, as it was very hot outside, but she was a good sport and always remained professional. Through the help of Anna, we collected data on what Asian American voters cared about, and we hosted a community picnic at the end of the summer with over 50 people in attendance. The Asian American Caucus wishes Anna the best of luck in her bright future ahead, and we're here to support her future endeavors.
Thank you, Jessica. While you read, when I, hear about Anna, Anna, you are there. I'm so proud of you. I think, like I said, all of you actually, not just like the meeting, if you still remember our original meeting I shared with you, in somehow, I think you're not just representing yourself, you're representing your family, you're representing the Asian American, community, and you representing the next generation of the United States. So be proud of yourself, continue involved in this community works, and I think it will lead a bright future for all of you. Thank you, Jessica.
And now we will transition to our community partnership appreciation. So first, we have Mr. Jason C., who is the president of Ray Chinese School. He is a licensed professional engineer in the states of Illinois, Ohio, and Indiana. He worked for Ray Chinese School as an executive committee member since 2018, and he has become the Ray Chinese School principal in 2020. So Mr. C, if you want to say a couple words, could you please unmute your mic?
Yeah, thank you, Jessica. First, I want to thank you for Ren and for Jen's leadership. And thank you for all the government department, agencies, and organizations. And you all work together to really make this possible. Ray Chinese School has been serving this community for 30 years. So on behalf of our students and all our staff, I really appreciate you have this opportunity for our students, for our community, have the opportunity to let our students to see the real world at the early stage. And second, I just want to congratulations for all the students who successfully completed the summer interns. I know some of you has a long distance, long commute, but by what I heard, I see all of you have done a tremendous, amazing, good jobs and receive really positive feedback. All your hard work make us feel what we did is really worth the time, and we really be happy to participate in the program. And in future, next year, we wish the program more successful and appreciate for all of you. I'm very honored to be here today. Thank you.
So next we have Mr. Run Li, who is the principal of Fenghua Academy. He has a PhD in engineering and he is a telecommunication professional. Fenghua Academy is open to the profit and is a non-profit educational organization that focuses on Chinese language, Chinese culture, academic advancement, youth development, and communication building. So Mr. Run Li, if you have a couple of words to say, could you please share with us?
Yes, Mr. Ron, I think he might be confused by the how we call him. Are you there, Mr. Lee? Well, he may not be here today. But thank you for the Fenghua Academy. You know, I think Annie is recommended through that community, and we really appreciate, like Mr. Xi as well. I think working with two of the biggest, actually, Chinese kind of a school and afternoon, organizations make me feel, we are together, make me feel so welcomed. And so let's work together in the future as well. So Jessica, can we move on?
Our next community partner is Mr. Brian Meadows, the club leader of Chicago's 4-H International Club. He started in 4-H at the age of 5, and he was an active member and club president all throughout his high school. Now he has started the Chicago 4-H International Club to bring his experience and knowledge to a whole new generation of 4-Hers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I am so proud of all the work that I've seen put in by the community members, the organizations, and the interns. The motto of 4-H is learn to do by doing. And I can't think of a single thing better living in that motto than doing these internships. The 4-H's of 4-H stand for head, heart, hands, and health. I hope these internships have helped increase your knowledge, head, your kindness, heart, giving you practical experience, hands, and I'm glad you all stayed healthy. Thank you so much. I am so glad to see all the work everyone has put in. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Next, we have Mr. Tim He, who is the Director of Operations at Cornerstone Education. Tim has been working with international students since 2012. He currently serves as the Director of Operations at Cornerstone Education, where he oversees student management, college planning, and application, and mentors students of all ages. He spends his free time kayaking and camping with his 2 dogs. Tim, do you have a little bit that you want to share with us?
Yeah, give me 1 second. There we go. Thank you so much, Jessica, for the introduction. Like I said, my name is Tim He, and I serve as the Director of Operations at Cornerstone Education. It was my great pleasure to work with everyone on the Summer Intern Committee and having the opportunity to get to know our new intern class and seeing their growth throughout the UCA Summer University and internship program has been the highlight of my summer. I would also like to especially thank the agencies that hosted our interns and gave them the opportunity to gain hands-on experience while serving the community. To our interns, I sincerely hope this program has inspired you to seek challenges, build empathy, and appreciate the significance of public service in our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Next and finally, we have our parent representative. Mrs. Michelle Liu is the mother of Louis, who is a student intern. She works for Motorola Mobility, Inc.
Okay, thank you to have me. I really appreciate UCA to give this opportunity for Louis. We start to looking for the internship from March. So we know how difficult is getting the opportunities. most company, they will accept the college student. So Louis prepared, the resume, everything, but we still couldn't get any internship. Even I asked my company if they offer the high school student, and they say they never hired the high school. So this is really, really great opportunity for Louis have this internship. So I talk to him every day about how is your internship. He shared a lot of things. Every day is different. I have been working IT area more than 21 years. So before when we discuss IT, he couldn't connect together. He think IT more is a Java program or the programming or just fix the computer. So and then when he started the internship, he asked me everyday question: cybersecurity, network, database, the web page, everything. And he knows the different functionality for the IT. He can connect all the IT together. And the other things, everyone know the Chinese, the culture. We always ask him to respect the the adult. So every time I ask him, call uncle what, auntie what. So he always show Mr. and Mrs. and auntie or uncle. And this time he feel it's very, very special. Everyone treat him as adult. So he has very great confidence. And he asked a lot of questions and work with everyone, and he got very, very happy every day. So I really appreciate UCA. I hope this can be continued and benefit for all the students. Thank you.
Thank you. And next, we will have a special guest. Mrs. Lily Chen is a registered nurse and certified nurse educator. She currently teaches community health nursing and elder care at NCCU. Lily is a longtime volunteer serving in her local communities and was once part of the core team instrumental in helping elect the first Illinois Chinese American state representative. Lily was the UCA Executive Director, founding president, and board chair of UCA Illinois chapter. She serves as a project director for Robert Woods Johnson Foundation, Clinical Scholar Leadership Development Program, and Nursing Student Peer Mentoring Program at Historically Black Colleges and Universities, HBCU. Lily was selected as a Senior Advisory Board member for the Town of Cary 2021 to 2023 in North Carolina. So Lily, do you have a few words that you can share with us?
I'm speechless. I am so inspired by all of you. I'm so grateful for all of you. So I'm here, just wanted to thank you and congratulate our incredible young Asian Americans.
Next, we will move on to the Intern Awards, which will be presented by Mrs. Lily Chen.
Again, congratulations. Again, this is for Eric Fay. Congratulations, Eric. Are you excited, Eric?
I'm very excited. Thank you.
All right.
Woo!
So let's give a round of applause to Eric.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We are so incredibly proud of you. Tell us where are you from? Just a little bit.
I'm from Chicago, just like the suburbs of Chicago. Yeah.
Okay. Where did you intern at?
This summer, I interned at the Cook County Treasurer's Office for 1 month. Yeah, it was a very exciting experience.
That is awesome. That's awesome. Okay, congratulations. Very best luck. And next is Vivian Jiao. Vivian.
Is Vivian here?
Yeah. Well, we're going to congratulate her anyway. Yay,
yes.
Vivian!
Yeah, Vivian works at Naples Settlement.
Naples Settlement, right?
Yeah.
I have a little bias because I'm from Naperville. So Naperville Settlement is always my favorite place. And I work in the school district, take a student there, take my kids there. It's beautiful, it's iconic. So thank you so much.
For outsiders, is that a museum kind of thing or what? We don't know
It is, and I'm sorry, I wanted to start with that. We're a 13-acre outdoor history museum in downtown Naperville.
Natural history or historical history?
No, community history. So
Yeah.
Naperville's history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotta visit that next time I come.
Oh, please do. Please do. Thank you.
Yeah. And thanks, Nancy, too. Thank you so much, Jeannie. Okay, so Vivian, we wish you best luck. And next is Jake Lee. Jake?
Hi.
Hi, Jake. Where did you intern at and where do you live, or anything you want to share?
So I'm from Aurora, Illinois, and I interned at Napier Settlement like Vivian.
Okay, so you're gonna take the certificate back for her, right? Say yes.
I think I'm 3 hours away from her right now, so I don't think I can do that.
I know, I just gave you a hard time. Yeah,
okay.
We will mail to them, including the
Yeah.
agency certificate. We will all
Okay.
mail to each one of them. Yeah.
I'm sure the logistics is very detailedly planned and executed. I'm just kidding, but thank you so much, and Jake. So congratulations, Jake.
Yes.
Okay, next is Jessica Pei.
Hi.
Hi, Jessica. Yes. Okay, Jessica, so where did you intern? I know that you shared with us before.
Yeah, so I interned this summer at the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation.
Mhm.
And I currently live in the Naperville area.
Okay, great. So what was your most memorable moment?
I think all of the moments were super memorable. I gained so much experience from my internship, and I'm so excited to apply it to real life in the future.
In the future, what do you plan to do in the future?
So I'm not too sure now, but I wanted to pursue something in the communications direction, or maybe a little bit of computer science.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm not too sure either. Yeah, sometimes, but anyway, congratulations, Jessica.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so next, thank you so much for you do an awesome job emceeing, and great to see the leadership. Isn't Miss Ren awesome to developing you guys?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, okay. Okay, next is Anna Xie. Is Anna here?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Anna.
Hi, so I had the pleasure of interning at the Asian American Caucus over the summer. And just like Julie said in her description, I mostly did door-to-door canvassing to help her with the Asian American Voter Data Project. And that was a really great experience. And I was very, very honored to be able to be a part of it. So thank you to Ms. Lee and everyone.
Thank you so much. Great speech. Thank you and very best luck to you. Let's give a round of applause to Anna. All right. Next is Louis.
Louis cannot join today. I'm his mom, and he has the conflict with school marching band. So we're from Palatine, and he is intern in Treasury Department in Chicago downtown this summer.
Okay, Michelle, thank you so much for your testimony. It was very moving. Okay, great. So let's give a round of applause to Louis. Okay, so next is Zachary Wu. Hi, Zachary.
Hi.
Hi, Zachary. So can you share a little bit about your experience? Anything you would like to share?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Zach. I'm from Naperville. I'm actually, I think, 3, maybe 4 blocks away from Naperville Settlement right now. This summer, I interned with Central Management with Illinois. It was very, very insightful experience. I'll talk a lot more about it when it comes to my time to present. But I just want to thank everybody and anybody who helped make this possible for all of us. I think I speak for everyone. It says it was truly an amazing experience. Not many 15, 16, 17-year-olds can say that they've, been able to take part in real public service like this kind of internship did. So I'm just beyond thankful for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. So it is so inspiring. So do you go to 瑞华中文学校 too?
Not anymore, but I did.
Oh, okay. All right. So just I want to recognize the 瑞华中文学校的校长哈, Ray Chinese School, and also Ren, the other Chinese school is from Naperville, from North, right?
Yeah, the other one, 瑞华, the Yaohua is from North, and the Ray Chinese School is from Naperville. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Ray Chinese School is the largest Chinese school in the area, and thank you so much, Jen, for introducing us to the such incredible community partners as well. So Jen is from Naperville too. So, all right. So let's give Zachary a round of big applause.
Yay! And since you mentioned, thank you, Lily. Wonderful certificate,
I love it.
I really appreciate it. So I think Ron is here, the Mr. Lee from the Fenghua Academy. Would you like to say something very quick, because we miss you when it's your turn to share?
I'm sorry, my device had some problem. I was not able to answer Jen's phone call neither, so I had to power cycle. Sorry for being late. Yeah, I just want to say this is a great event. I think the focus on our youth generation, our next generation, is the right focus. If we can help them to gain opportunities, find room to grow, to be future leaders of our community, to be well-rounded citizens, responsible citizens. I think that's the best thing we can do. We have to be really focused on the community and focus on our next generation. Thank you for you guys taking the leadership, making these opportunities available to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, and I'm so grateful for all the partners and we have. So stay tuned, okay? The most exciting part, we save it to the last, okay? Students, kind of a presentation is coming. So Jessica, would you like to take it over? Yeah. Oh, we forgot Addie. Okay, sorry.
All right, Addie, Edward Zhang, are you here?
No, he won't be here, but he recorded his presentation. He's one working with us, UCA-Illinois, to help us to develop a new website. Very exciting, very good, task be done by this young man, and he's very talented in creating, and also he's very talented in finance area as well. So this is a part I'm very impressive about our younger generation. They're not only focused one area, they are all really a kind of a whole person, once you know them.
Yes, absolutely. I think the website is such an important task, and we have to start young too, for all the wonderful young Americans, because this country, I always remember what President Kennedy said: ask not what this country can do for you and what you can do for this country, right? So this is really the spirit of UCA, United Chinese American, is a serve, lead, and inspire. I think Ren Haipei would like to say a few words. Haipei, please. Thank you so much for being here.
No, I just wanted to say that before it's too late, that we are really, really grateful for Civic Leadership USA, their generous support. Without that, this is impossible. And thank for Chin's personal persistence and insistence on moving us forward on doing this. So a late gratitude. And also we have UCA Youth Director, Qi Hong is here with us too. And she's very, very interested in helping out with internship program. And she's the person behind the success of UCA Summer University. And lastly, I just want to say that all 8 of you, one of the next generations, you can see how much efforts the adult generation has put into just for 8 people, the whole summer planning, everything until today. I really wish that you guys can come give back in your own small way to the community and to the country as a whole. But more specifically, UCA is going to have our web magazine, is going to have our Youth Leadership Council. Then we're going to have next year, if pandemic is not getting worse than it is today, we're going to have our first ever Chinese American Youth Convention. And we really need your help. So I hope that we can get you on board in some other way if you have time. Thank you.
Thank you, Happy. Yes, I really tested on the chat. I really appreciate Chi's help. You know, Jing always, you know, Qing, without CLUSA, this program won't happen actually from the beginning, but without everyone, you know, everyone here today, actually, without you guys' help, it won't happen. So now it's a showtime for our kids.
Yes, so last but not least, we have our intern presentations. So our presentations are going to be about what our interns learned throughout their 2021 summer intern program. So first we have Eric, who interned at the Cook County Treasurer's Office. So Eric, if you could share your screen and presentation.
Sure, got it. Just a brief introduction. Again, I'm Eric Fay. This summer I interned at the Cook County Treasurer's Office. And yeah, let me share my screen real quick. Okay, so again, I interned at the Cook County Treasurer's Office this summer, and this is my presentation. So this is just a brief overview of the topics that I'm going to be covering. We're going to start off, obviously, with the introduction, so let's jump right into it. So just a brief description of the location. The Cook County Treasurer's Office is located in downtown Chicago. Specifically in the office, I worked in the information technology or IT department, and they also helped out at the front desk. In addition to this, I also volunteered at the Chinatown Fair outreach event. The duration of this internship was from July 1st to August 1st of 2021. And a brief overview of what the Treasurer's Office does. It administrates property taxes within the Cook County area. And the department that I worked under, which is the IT department, it handled the software and hardware relating to the computer systems within the office to make sure everything was running properly. I was supervised by and I worked directly with the Treasurer's staff and the information technology team. So inside of the IT department, there was a few things I learned specifically regarding system architecture. We got to take a look at the county servers that they use to maintain their websites for public use. It maintained the intranet, which is what is used within the office, and also the public websites, which are available for use for any citizen of the county. And a few couple concepts you learned are like load balancing and failover, how they handle redundancy if anything like bad happened to the server. So moving on, another one of my tasks was in regards to equipment setup. So we cataloged the equipment within the office, such as the printers, copiers, or computers. And with the help of our supervisors, we also installed virtual machines on our computers. And lastly, for my duties in the IT department, this is computer maintenance. In addition to cataloging the equipment, I also disassembled computers, server towers, so I got to see how they worked on the inside. I also helped organize the storage room, and I got a bit of .NET training, so .NET is the tool that they use to run their website and everything. And I was able to work with one of the software engineers who maintained this to see exactly how we were able to keep this running. So in addition to my work in the IT department, I was also able to get a look at how the office worked as a whole, specifically in regards to how it interacted with the actual residents of the community. To this end, I worked in the customer service area of the office. And in this regards, I was helping process letter requests from citizens, and I also worked at the front desk. So some of the letters would, for example, have name change requests, which is changing the name on a property ID. So I would help process this with the tools available to the county. At the front desk, I was talking with customers. I was answering their questions and also completing the requests there with the help of my supervisors. And lastly, I was able to participate in a community outreach event that was hosted by the Treasurer's Office. So this took place in the Chicago Chinatown Summer Fair outreach event, which took place from July 31st to August 1st of 2021. Essentially, the Treasurer's Office set up a booth there, and myself and the other intern, Lewis, who worked at this location, we helped set up the booth. We assisted taxpayers with their inquiries, and we also handed out brochures and engaged with the community members. The picture to the right, you can see myself and Lewis who are standing in front of the gate that leads down an avenue in Chinatown. And then to the left, you can see a picture of myself, Lewis, and our supervisors in front of the booth that we were running. And so here are just some helpful links. The first one leads to the UCA Illinois chapter webpage. The second one goes to the Cook County Treasurer's Office webpage. And the last link is just a little tool you can check out to see if you have any unclaimed tax refunds, so you can maybe get a little bit of money back. So I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to Ms. Lee and UCA as a whole for hosting this internship program. And I'd also like to thank my coworkers and supervisors at the Cook County Treasurer's Office for allowing me to intern there. It was really a wonderful experience this summer that I was able to participate in. And given the chance in the future, I would definitely participate in a similar event as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric. Your presentation was very insightful, and I hope you enjoyed your internship. So next we have Vivian, but unfortunately, I do not think she is here.
Oh, I think she's here now.
Yes.
So Vivian, if you would like to share your screen and your presentation, it would be very helpful.
Yep, just a second.
So since we're waiting for Vivian, I just want to chat a little bit with you guys. You see how Eric dressed up, that how handsome a young man. It's different when you know the kids casually, and when they dress up, in the agencies, in the government, kind of institutions, you feel, wow, they grown up. Like Michelle mentioned, I think the kids feel different too. When you listen to another part of representation today, you will feel the same thing as I feel. I'm so excited for all of them.
We certainly have a few quite cool kids.
Oh yeah, we have so many cool kids this year. Hi Pei, you would love to see them in DC next year.
Cool leaders, that's the most important, and cool leaders from the agency too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that's oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, sorry I'm a little late. Yeah, so my summer internship is in Neighbor Settlement, and that's a museum in the the central Naperville area. And like the Neighbor Settlement is a museum that focuses on like this type of things. And that's the picture I took. And my duties in Neighbor Settlements was coming up with ideas for the official TikTok videos, and also coming up with ideas for the Facebook, their page, their official accounts. Also, I record the videos. I also edit the videos, and also there are a lot of children's summer camps going on, so I help out with those children's summer camps. I help the children to do their work, maybe help them if they have any problem with their work. And I also help arrange packages for the summer camps. And that's me. So on the left is my videos that I took. And that's a video of me, not me, of like a person who work in the neighbor settlement who is making a pie, and that video is gonna upload it to both the Facebook official accounts and also the TikTok accounts. So I was videoing it, like I took a punch, not only using my phone, I also had another device, an iPad they provide, and on the right side is where I'm like researching for the ideas for TikTok and the Facebook videos. So on the Excel sheets, I was writing down my ideas. Yeah, and that's my own office. So from this internship, I learned how to collaborate with others and how to communicate more efficiently with my peers. And from the technology side, I learned about using Excel sheets more proficiently. I practice using Excel sheets very often during my internship program. And besides the technology side of Excel, I also learned how to film and edit videos better. And the people in neighbor settlement are really nice, and I like to thank them. Like they helped me a lot when I like first came to the internship project. I remember I was confused about what were my responsibilities and how to complete my projects in the way the museum needs. So I'd like to thank you them, and I'd like to thank you the UCA organization. Like it really helps me with my summer internship program. I got like this good opportunities to learn and grow and to study. Yeah, and that's basically it. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you, Vivian. And by the way, Vivian is the youngest intern that we have this summer. So you can still feel her shyness a little bit, but I bet with the years coming on, she will tremendously change, trust me. And that's for all the kids as well. So Jessica, back to you.
Thank you again, Vivian. I love that you gained so much from Naperville Settlement. And next we will move on to Jake, who actually also interned at Naperville Settlement. So if you can share your screen and also your presentation, it would be very good.
Hi, again, my name's Jake, and so I interned at Neighbor Settlement, which Jean mentioned before, but it's a 13-acre open-air museum in downtown Naperville, Illinois, and its purpose is to tell the history and founding of Naperville through historical buildings, artifacts, and activities. So my primary task during the internship was to scan and organize old files. This included old camp documents with and a variety of other things. I had to sort them into folders, and then I had to upload them to the cloud. So I first started out with old binders and various booklets, and then the second part of my task was scanning old folders, lots of legal stuff, so it was very exciting. And these folders in general, they had to do with various museum camps and events in the past. So I actually did gain some insight into that and how the museum worked, and I actually found that kind of useful. So in terms of miscellaneous tasks, I started scanning. I also helped the museum staff in moving old supplies from building to building. I also helped clean up and organize items in various buildings as well. And this kind of relates with what Vivian did, but I helped with the filming of videos for the museum social media team. So the pie video that Vivian was talking about earlier, I filmed that. And I guess in terms of work environment, I worked along with Vivian. They worked more on the social media side, while I was more on the inventory side. I reported to Joseph, who I thought was a really good mentor. He got me up to speed on a lot of things very quickly and made it so that I knew what I was doing and that I could work efficiently within my own bounds. And overall, I thought that the atmosphere was fun and it was conducive to a productive work environment. Everyone I met was nice and I could talk to, learn about their experiences and how it could relate to mine. And I guess overall in internship insights, I learned a lot about time management and doing efficient work, with organizing files. A lot of them, you have to learn how to get a certain amount done in a certain amount of time and also where to put what. And I also learned about neighborhood settlement in general. And as someone who did visit neighborhood settlement in the past, it was nice learning a little bit more than what I got from a field trip from 5th grade. And I would say that overall, I had a very pleasant experience interning at neighborhood settlement. It will be something that I will remember for years to come, and hopefully I can use the experience I learned here in future endeavors. So thank you.
Thank you, Jake. That was a very nice presentation, and I'm glad you gained a lot of knowledge from your internship at neighborhood settlement. And now it's my turn to share my presentation. So before I get started with my presentation, I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit more. So I'm currently a student at Naperville Central High School. And like I said before, one of my interests for the future is potentially pursuing a job in communications and computer science. I'm extremely honored to be able to intern with the IDFPR through UCA-IL Illinois summer program. Even though I was remote all the time, my supervisors were all so welcoming, and by the end of my internship, I felt like I developed connections with all of them. I had such a great time working on tasks assigned to me and having conversations about HR in general. So now I wanted to talk a little bit about what I completed during my internship. So first, I learned how to write SOPs, which are essential for improving efficiency and communications between employees and their supervisors. During my internship, I wrote 2 for the IDFPR, 1 for dress code and another one for the universal signature block. Secondly, I gained a better understanding of Excel software. Some daily tasks I was assigned during my internship with the IDFPR required the use of Excel. So by the end of my internship, I was able to use it more quickly to complete assignments given to me. Third, I also completed a communications project. For this project, I designed a PowerPoint template for the IDFPR employees to use when they create presentations. This communication project allows the users of these slides to connect with their audience more professionally and in a more organized manner. Lastly, I also had the chance to attend 2 training webinars where I took notes for the IDFPR to review. The first of which was managing remote employees, and the second was appreciating diversity. These webinars allowed me to understand why so many companies are turning to remote models and how to overcome the initial lack of clear communication. I also learned what behaviors create separation and how fostering a culture of inclusion benefits both employees and their supervisors. So I would like to thank UCA Illinois and the IDFPR for giving me this internship opportunity. I gained so much valuable work experience for the future, as well as improved my communication skills, such as how to address my supervisor's requests in a timely fashion. I can now proficiently engage with audiences and speak up when questions or issues arise. Without this summer internship program, I would have never had the chance to engage in daily government agency tasks, as well as have the confidence to speak to all of you right now. So a big thank you again to UCA and the IDFPR for allowing a high schooler to get a taste of life as an adult, and to allow me to gain confidence to take on responsibilities more maturely. So thanks again.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you. And for the next student internship presentation, we have we have Annie. So Annie, if you could share your screen, it would be very great.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Anna, and over the summer, I interned at the Asian American Caucus. So just to give a brief overview of what the Asian American Caucus is, It's a group of elected Asian government officials of Illinois, and they came together with the common goal of advocating for more resources and a better representation for Asian Americans in Illinois. And then specifically what I worked on over the summer was the Asian American Voter Data Project. So the objective was to be able to build a database of Asian American voters in Illinois. So during the course of my internship, I helped identify Asian surnames in the area. We ended up identifying over 10,000 in the Skokie area. And so the next step of the project was to verify their identity and connect with them in order to find out what political issues are important to them. And so this project had two parts to it. The first was canvassing and the second was community building. So the first part of the project is canvassing, and what I did in regards to that was go door to door and talk to the Asian American people who lived in each of the houses, as well as phone banking. And so first, for door-to-door canvassing, each morning I would work with like a small group of 2 to 3 other interns, and we would first choose a turf to go to. We then identified the addresses of all the Asian households in the area. And so what we did was, after we identified their specific address, we would go door to door with a survey that we created asking relevant information, such as what political issues they want to see more of represented in government. And then the next canvassing part that we did was phone banking. And so with that, I created a Google Voice account and number, and then I identified the phone numbers of Asian households in the area. And then in the end, I ended up calling over 50 households and completing the survey over the phone. And so the phone banking canvassing was used more for apartment buildings that we couldn't go door to door. And then the next part of the project was community building. And that was mostly done through the community picnic that we hosted at the end of the internship. And so that ended up being a gathering of 50 plus people. We provided food, music, and entertainment. And so when planning this community picnic, I conducted outreach through social media advertising, canvassing, and phone calls. And then here's some pictures of what I did at the internship. And so the last two are at the picnic, and then the first 3 are phone banking with my other group of interns. And so overall, I would just like to say that through this internship, I really improved my communication skills. I learned a lot, especially when conducting outreach to the Asian American citizens in the area, as well as gained a better understanding of just the different issues that Asian Americans care about and would like to see more in government. And so just a big thank you to UCA as well as the Asian American Caucus for giving me the wonderful opportunity to intern with them over the summer.
Wonderful.
Wow. I need to learn from you.
Right? We have a new marketing director for UCA.
Really?
It's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
Thank you, Anna. We really appreciate your hard work going from door to door and canvassing. So next, we have Louis, who unfortunately can't be here, but I think, Tim, you can show his video.
Hi, I'm Louis Xu. I'm one of the interns under the UCA program. I'm sorry I couldn't make it today. I had a marching band conflict, and I wish I could have shown this to the entire call, but unfortunately I wasn't able to make it. But I'm glad to be able to be sharing this presentation and my experience with all of you today. So I'm Louis Xu. I'm a senior at William Friend High School. So outside of school, I also like to play saxophone. I'm involved with band, and also I am also in congressional debate. So over the summer, thanks to UCA's internship program, I was able to intern in Chicago at the Cook County Treasurer's Office. So one of the highlights during the entire internship was definitely being able to just go in the city every day. So I'd only been to Chicago for special occasions, so I didn't really go all too often. But because of this internship, I was able to go every single day and just experience the city, like go to different restaurants because we were eating out every day. I love just finding new places to eat lunch, and also just seeing the city in like a more normal fashion rather than just like going there for like a concert or something. But yeah, I definitely, during my time, I definitely found my favorite sandwich shop. It was, I believe, on like around Madison Avenue. But yeah, when I go back to Chicago, I'm definitely gonna be visiting there again. So on my first day of the internship, the people that I met were extremely welcoming, and they really made me feel like a colleague. And even now, it's still weird to think about how I was calling adults by their first names, because I was always calling people like Mr. like last name or Mrs. And so it was just very different, I guess, for me to be addressing people by their first name, especially people that are older than me. But they really made me feel like I was working with them and that we were just colleagues. So it really changed my perspective on like, you know, how a workplace is, especially because I'm just a teenager in high school. So the entire time, it felt like I was being let in on the secrets of a workplace just because I was learning something new every single day. So the things that I was fascinated with in my own free time, they were applied to the Cook County Treasurer Office every single day. So we learned about this concept, or like I just did my own research about this concept called virtual machines. And so I thought virtual machines were cool because it's basically just simulating a computer inside a computer. I thought it was cool just because it was letting people have even more privacy and even more control of like what they were seeing. And so like it wouldn't be as easy to be tracked if you were on a virtual machine. But it actually turns out that the Cook County Treasurer Office uses virtual machines or virtualization to actually host their servers on computers, in which they wouldn't need to use as many resources, just because since it was hosted on a computer already, then that means all this hardware was able to handle everything that a server normally would without actually needing to spend more and maintaining like a physical server. So it was really cool. I think learning about virtual machines and also just like how servers work was really cool because I hadn't really learned that kind of stuff outside of school. And even beyond these topics, I was able to work in customer service, which is funny because the first person that I helped out with, they were complaining to me about this whole issue that they were having, but I was just, it was my first person that I was helping, and I was just a 17-year-old, like a deer in headlights. But I was also able to process tax return requests. I set up computer stations like the one that I'm sitting at right there. And then I also helped reorganize storage and also just some other like small little tasks. And the experience that I gained from this internship will definitely be useful in any future endeavors that I have, whether it be in IT or just any other department. So another cool part about this internship was there was a Chinatown festival happening over the weekend. So I was invited to help with outreach to just help spread information about possible tax returns and just property tax in general. So after handing out like pamphlets and bags, I think the one thing that really stuck out to me the most was how many people were accepting the bags and willing to listen to me just talk about the office, even though they weren't from Illinois. They're coming out of state to come to this Chinatown festival, and they were hearing a teenager talk to them about property taxes, and they haven't even paid a single cent in taxes in Illinois. So I thought that was kind of funny. But I think just being in Chinatown, like when you're not coming as like just like a tourist or like a visitor, when you're like actually like doing stuff there, it's definitely a different experience. I think it's really cool just being able to like help out people and just basically spread the information about the stuff that I was doing for a month. All right. And so beyond the experience that I gained, I think the people that I worked with were also the highlight just because of how friendly they were. Those who surrounded me, they made sure to talk to me and like greet me in the morning. They asked me about school, my different hobbies like saxophone and like just video games in general. And then also for some reason, my dating life. For some reason, my colleagues were interested in my dating life, and yeah, I didn't really have much to tell them. There were people also there willing to just teach me about different topics like .NET and SQL and like how they're used in just a workplace and like how they're used effectively to basically just like handle data and just like handle the different operations that they were doing in the office. So on the last week of the internship, this picture was taken because my supervisors, Ramzan and Vian, they took Eric and I out to lunch, which was a very kind gesture. And it really cemented the overall experience as positive. I think when I look back at this experience in a couple of years, I think I'm going to be very grateful that I had such a great time just learning about like what the Cook County Treasurer Office does and like how IT is, like how IT really operates in any given company. And so I was incredibly fortunate to intern at the Cook County Treasurer Office. And I'd like to sincerely thank all the people at UCA who made this experience possible. And also the people that I worked with at the office who were incredibly welcoming and kind. So that's the end of my presentation. I'd like to once again thank everyone, and I apologize for not being able to be there. But thank you, UCA, for this really, really awesome experience. And I really hope that I get to work through UCA again.
Lewis's presentation was really good, and I can feel like we still can laugh at his jokes even though he's not here. So next, we're gonna move on to Zach. So I think Zach said his Wi-Fi was a little spotty, so I'm going to share his screen for him.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so can everybody see and hear me okay right now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, excellent. Okay. Hi, everyone. Just to briefly reintroduce myself, my name's Zach. I'm a junior at Naperville North High School in Naperville, Illinois. I'm actually zooming in from the library down the road from Naper Settlement and down the road from my high school, down the road from Naperville Central. I'm super, super grateful to have had the chance to work as an intern for CMS this summer. Truly, it was an incredible experience to get to work in public service, like for real public service. It's not often that a kid who didn't have like a driver's license a couple months ago is working on projects that will, you know, better equity or promote diversity and inclusion and achieve like real objectives. So to me, that's just like life-changing, and I just can't express my gratitude enough. But next slide, please. Over the course of my internship this summer, my project proper centered around outreach strategies for the Asian American population here in the state of Illinois, focusing specifically on cultural events, celebrations, holidays, and other special dates. So essentially, in layman's English, I sifted through a lot of resources and I identified what the most promising outreach opportunities were. So the idea, obviously, is that we need to be reaching the demographics that most need representation in government, i.e. Asian Americans. So that is the absolutely monumental part of it. Like, how do you have an internship program like this in 10, 15 years, right? You need to have a young and capable population that wants to get involved in this type of work, right? So that's why this project itself was so important to me. And I think meant a lot to be able to work on this type of project. And this is also one of why one of the factors that I looked for in prospective partners and organizations on the ground across the state of Illinois was the ability to consistently reach these demographics. So at the end of the day, if your goal is to engage underrepresented groups into public service, you need to do two things. Number one, you need to be present, and number two, you need to be consistent, right? So my top level research question, it required me to be very creative with sort of how and where to reach certain demographic and sub-demographic groups, because importantly, in a lot of cases, there is no straightforward and there is no cookie cutter answer, and that's just how the way outreach goes. Let's go to this next slide. Here are like a few big takeaways that I sort of learned just about outreach in general and just about these kind of strategies. Number one, if nothing else, it's all about leveraging what already exists. So I think this point often gets a little muddled, but when we talk about outreach, we don't need to reinvent the wheel to conduct outreach well and bring value to partnerships. In fact, I think it's far more preferable to take wheels that we already have per se, and then just use them more effectively. So to give an example for context, in my analysis of different communities, one of the things that I noticed was most prominent was that places like churches, temples, community centers, cultural centers, advocacy groups, etc., those present the strongest opportunities for us to build trust and credibility when we assist or support different events or celebrations in places where people already frequent, right? So just the idea of just taking a lot of these events and a lot of the organizations that are already doing extremely, extremely important work on the ground, and then just doing our best from the state's perspective to support those celebrations or to support those events or to support whatever goes on. And then second, I also thought it was very, very imperative to ask the question of what unifies different groups of people rather than what makes them different. So another example, a lot of Pacific Islander or Southeast Asian or even Central Asian sub-demographic groups are so small to the point where we can't put together a super comprehensive outreach strategy for them. And that's like a very sort of deep-seated struggle that nobody can really find a roundabout way to get around. But instead, we can examine what is common between all these groups, right? So for instance, we just heard from two interns about the Chinatown Fair, right? Are there cultural events or celebrations like that fair, or the Hispanic Festival that just happened in Naperville a couple of weeks ago, or the India Day celebration that happened in August, right? That draw a highly diverse crowd to one place, right? Are there holidays throughout the calendar year like Diwali or Eid that bring together people from different groups based on religion? So asking these types of questions help to expand the scope and the effectiveness of our outreach efforts. And over the course of my internship, getting to sort of ask and answer those questions myself in an outreach context was extraordinarily insightful. And I hope that these are the questions that we continue to ask. And so to close, I feel that in an era of disunity and division and strife, finding common ground should always be our common commitment. And it was sort of my honor and my privilege to be able to do that as a part of my project this summer. So to finish it off, thank you to Myra, Patricia, Ms. Lee, and anyone and everyone who helped to make this happen for me and all of my fellow interns today. From all of us, it was truly, truly an honor. And I thank you very much.
So thank you, Zach. Your presentation was so informative, and I'm glad you can have some major takeaways about unity and how to achieve it. So for the next presentation, we have Edward, who unfortunately could not be here either. So if Tim you could share his video again.
Yep, sorry, just give me 1 second.
And Edward, you work for which organization?
He works for us. He works for UCA-Illinois. He helped me. He's a tremendous helper. He created a new website for us.
Really? I thought that all this Asian American data connections and outreach, my goodness, what he did it.
Yeah, let me show you. Yeah, wait for the video. Yeah, I know. Isn't that amazing to see how kids learn and how much they worked?
So you just took advantage of him and it just get him connect.
Could you allow me to have a little advantage since I organized so much, worked so hard for this? But this is not only for me. This is for whole UC-Illinois and also for you, sir.
Zach, great job. Great job, Zach. I'm fascinated by what you said.
Thank you.
Zach, my son went to AMSA. Are you at AMSA?
No, I go to Naperville North High School.
Oh, sorry, I saw AMSA. North
Eddie.
is even better.
Yeah,
Even better.
Edward in IMSA, the one that.
Okay.
Yeah.
See. Yep. You know, my son did go to 2016, the first Chinese American convention, and they presented with his friends, presented a tutoring program. They are tutoring the Marine recruits. It was amazing too. Anyway.
Before next presentation, I just want to thank to Mark Su and also John Wang for your stay the entire time for this event, for the news report, and also promoting this event. Thank you very much, Mark and John.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. And John.
Thank you, Mark and John. And thank you, Jen. We couldn't do this without you. We can never get the news to our events. Thank you, Jen.
We're good partners.
John is a great old friend.
Can everybody see the video?
Yes.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to my UCA internship presentation. My name is Edward Song, and I recently did an internship for UCA. I would like to present to you today my project for this internship. Hello, my name is Edward Song. I'm from a senior at the Illinois Math and Science Academy, and my internship for the United Chinese American Summer Internship Program was a website design internship for UCA, Illinois. And my supervisor was Mrs. Lily Cheng, and I'm very excited to show my work. Today we're going to be going over several key items for my internship. For one, we're going to talk about the website structure that we chose and the themes, as well as some UI designs such as landing page, header, footer, and other designs. We're also going to go through some of the key features of the website, as well as some of the things I learned from this project. So, beginning with the goal in mind, I had several main objectives that I aimed for. So for one, I wanted to improve the website aesthetics of the current UCA website. I wanted to improve the visibility and accessibility of pages for all users. I wanted to remove unnecessary and hidden features that would increase the website uptime, improve access to pages, and make current news updates and important pages more accessible. So how did I start on my internship? For one, I took a look at the current page of UCA website, and I saw some things that I think should be improved. For one, the header spacing was not consistent, and the site menu was not always showing up when I went to the website, which made it impossible to navigate the pages. In addition, the menu has small font, and it may be difficult to read for some students, for some people who do not have a good computer screen. So before I started, I also had the decision to which website editor to use, since there were a few things that we considered. We had the option to use Weebly, GoDaddy, or Wix to design the website. So I went with Wix since I had more experience with Wix in the past, and it allowed me to use a wide variety of features and embedded content such as iframes. So to kind of design the aesthetic and the feel of the website, we considered the themes. So for the themes, we thought about the UCA branding and how we could relate to that. So for the font, we chose a unique and modern font to make it look more elegant and more streamlined. The headers are in Lulo Clean, and the content font is in Avenir. As for the color palette, we based it off of the UCA logo, which has blue and red, as well as white. We used several different shades to make this contrast more apparent, as well as the structure and the layout of pages were mostly the same for ease of use for users who are used to the old website. So currently, the current landing page has a lot of information, and as a landing page, we don't really want to have too much information since it's just basically a menu for people to see and look at the page. So currently, we have the description as well as the three main objectives on the landing page. So kind of taking a different route, we made the landing page more dynamic to highlight the news articles and other important articles. The old homepage is now the About Us section, since it has more of the information and the descriptions of UCA. So some of the improvements on the footer is that the new footer has a contact form and all the information is on the left side for easier to read. In the old footer, there was a contrast. It was like two footers, and that didn't really look very pleasing to the eye. In addition, the information is more condensed and it's more straightforward for the contact information as well as the copyright information. And we feel that it's important to have a feedback form so people can contact and get feedback easily whenever they want to contact UCA. Nextly, we wanted to make a new header design because the header is the main way of navigation around the page, and it is at the top of every page. So it needs to be iconic and it needs to be easily usable. So with the old header, we had a very small series of buttons with drop-down arrows, and now this has much bigger buttons for a much bigger text for users to read and to see better, as well as a more modern design. The old header also was very tall and it took up a lot of space on the page, so this one is very shrunk down and vertically compressed to leave more room for the content. In addition, we have some features on our website, such as the past event showcase, which is a gallery of images that will link to the articles. We have the donation form on the right, which will allow users to donate to the website or donate to UCA Illinois directly through the website. And in addition, we have many embedded PDFs, such as the chapter report and the year-end reports, which are found throughout the page. And these can be viewed conveniently within the website in the embedded PDF viewer, so anyone who wants to access them can easily find them. Some of the things that I learned about this internship were surrounding the technical aspects of website design, such as UI and user experience design. We wanted to think about how to design a header and how to make the flow of the website very natural, so we would be easily able to find where the content is. It's important that we consider the human psychology and how humans tend to navigate things, so the website works well with our brains and that we are able to understand the website easily to any new users. And additionally, I thought it was important to consider the branding, since the website is one of the main ways that the UCA does marketing and establishes its image. So that was also very important to consider. Additionally, I learned many things about being in a professional internship, such as the work design process, corporate and industrial process for logo design, as well as user interface and user experience design, as well as work experience for reporting to with deadlines and having the project completed. It was a very good experience. Overall, I think this was a very enjoyable internship, and I really learned a lot from it. I would definitely try to do it again in the future. Thank you for listening to my presentation for my internship.
Hey, quickly, are you from that middle Illinois, not from Chicago area, right? That big company for farm equipment, are you from that town?
Yes, I believe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
but Edward is from Southern Illinois.
Yes, I think so.
What is that company for farming equipment?
I know John Deere has a couple of things down there.
I see.
But no, he's not from that far, but it's kind of a, southern suburbs, but I can't remember I will find out and let you know. But yeah, he very talented. And like I said, his goal is to become actually in finance area. So he's looking forward to intern with UC Illinois again in our treasure, office. See, that's a benefit. So if you want to intern, now you know where to go, right? UC Illinois, right?
And I have to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So will they allow you to go back, allow our kids to go back again next summer?
Oh yeah, and that's a good question for Qing. I don't know if Qing is here. Yeah, and a good question for you. I hope you guys can support us. We can recruit more students, and also it's a good question for the agencies. If you're willing to host this wonderful students, we are ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so back to you, Jessica.
So Edward's presentation really displayed how helpful all of our interns are this year. And with the end of his presentation also comes the end of our event today, sadly. So before everyone leaves, I just wanted to thank all of our government agencies, community partners, families, and all of our interns again. This program would not have been successful without all of your help. Ms. Lee put in so much time and effort this year to create this program. And this year's success really cements my belief in the increasing civic engagement of Asian Americans. So thank you all for attending, and I wish the best for all of us in the future.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for all the time actually working with me to put the deck together. And thank you for Tim to be the tech support. And thank you, most importantly, all the partners, especially wait, I can't remember the English name.
We'll reserve the last round of applause to our 8 outstanding interns and Ren. Without you, nothing will happen on this scale beautifully.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Hai-Pei. You are so busy and join us for the whole time. I didn't expect that, to be honest, but I'm glad to see you really enjoy it. And like I said, I hope
every single minute
can be with you in DC.
I enjoyed every single minute of this, and I hope to see all these young men in our Chinese American Youth Convention.
Oh yes, definitely. Definitely. And thank you for all the Chinese schools, the partners, the reporters, the media, everyone. And thank you, Lily, for your tremendous support, be my leader behind me all the time. And Hai-Pei, visit Chicago next time. We will have you hopefully.
We'll have fun. We'll have fun.
Yes, we'll have fun next time. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Eddie's dad. I really appreciate you can see how much, he enjoy and how much he can help us. So thank you so much. And for all the parents who are here and who are not, I'm recording it. So you guys will have the recording. So I'm so proud of your kids. And I'm so proud, all the agencies give us the chances actually. So Hai-Pei, we need to work even harder, right? Sometimes, to be honest, I feel it's so hard. I want to give up. And then, with this moment, when you see how much kids enjoy it, how much this is a moment I feel everything worth it.
I see your smile. So the big smile this time, it's truly, I can see that. It's a little bit different from other smiles you do some other times. Really? This is the best one. This is the best smile I've ever seen in my life of you.
Oh, thank you. Because this is the best moment I have, as an educator, as a mom, my heart is always with kids, no matter what. So when I see them actually, learn a lot, and even we learn from them, like I think parts of Lily's comments, all the areas that actually this summer they work, the diversified areas they work, and all the agencies willing to host us. I think this is a great time, and also with, the pandemic, with the hate crime, those kind of things. I think this is a good testimony, for the society to show how the Asian and, communities we can serve, and we should be unified together. This is a part I strongly advocate.
Yeah, and before we end, I just wanted to thank Ray Chinese School and all the other of our community partners to let us get connected with UCA and really give us this experience just like of adulthood and how to work in government agencies. So thank you guys again.
Yes.
Thank you for our Chinese schools. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys did wonderful job promoting and recruit the students and working with me all the detail. And Zhen, I know you're in California, but you are in our heart. We really appreciate Zhen actually work a lot, helping me to connect with the agencies as well. And she's the one introduced me to the Chinese schools to help us to partner together to recruit students. So this can't be happen without all of your help. We are.
Well, thank you. You're the one who worked the hardest, timelessly, and also the PPT was so nice. We just saw the PPT is so nice. And Ren work on this and send it to me 4 o'clock, not in the afternoon, in the 4 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much for all your work.
Thank you. So I know we can't host you more, even though I really want to chat with you. But anyone who want to chat with me, found me in WeChat, and welcome you back again next year. So all the interns and the students and the families, and pass on our program to all your friends and families as well. Thank you all again.
Thank you. Until next year.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.